Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Pray keep me humble, compassionate, and able to speak the messages that I need to hear and that others need to hear. For me to be compassionate, open, and seeing past the barriers I create for myself, protecting me and others. So I decided to start recording messages. I'm going to start a channel, but I'm just going to start. So the King of Chalices came out, and the first just like thought or thing that came to mind was like remembering. It's remembrance. So we have the King of Cups. This is kind of being at a new point and kind of remembering the ability, the strength, the tools, the endurance, the patience, especially. So for you to get to this King of Pentacles points, for like a collective to get to the King of Pentacles point, which is being able to be the remedy to yourself, being able to be the advocator, and taking initiative for your emotions, for what you're feeling, for what you're needing, for what you need to express. And like Jillian, where that thought I was going is just, we come to a point, where we believe, like, we come to a point where we've learned to like trust in ourselves, and we have the hair prompt right here, trust in ourselves and our beliefs. We're like through the routines, the beliefs, and the change of thought and perceptions we've acquired, we are at a higher point. We're in a higher point in the learning and elevation. But we're like, I usually don't pull cards like this, but this is really resonating. But then we have the Death card in here, so this is talking about rebirth. This is newness. This is the ending of a way, and this is kind of I feel like there's also needs to be an end of a way, and seeing that the work is done. Like, the work is never done essentially, but the work takes a new form. And for this, I'm saying like the work gets a bit more intricate. It was so interesting. The cards that are on the bottom, we have the Page of Swords, which is like more analysis, more research, more introspection. So it's getting a bit more nitpicky. It's a new way perspective we have to see through. So like it could be certain barriers towards yourself that you've had forever, but you don't realize it because they're so in tune with you from the beginning. They seem to be a bit more minuscule. They seem to be naturally a part of like your drive, maybe sometimes your way of like motivation, and your just way of like being comforted. And I know for me, like, recently I've discovered I still kind of have something of like a poor man's mentality, and this is thinking I have to do this, or I have to do this in a certain way, just to ensure some sort of comfort. And it's not like it's like bad if I do it, but it's like the actions are still kind of showing that I don't really trust I'll be handled, or I don't believe I deserve a certain level of comfort. So this even came to me like with the heat, turning the heat up. It's been cold here for a couple of days. And I was like, no, we got to turn it down a bit to average to save some money. And I was like, but I'm cold. And it's just compromising for fear of a future, for fear of a lack in a future. What came out, we have the Three of Wands. And here, there's a story that's waiting to be told. There's a story that's waiting to be told, and that you manifested this yourself. There's a certain story a life that you're painting for yourself. You know, this green represents envy, but not even envy, but it comes out of a place of grass is greener on the other side, um, seeing that you deserve more. Because, when we're jealous of someone, it's natural. That's very natural. But it happens because it's something that you want to, that a push further that you wish to obtain in yourself, that you wish to obtain, so you get to that level of, making things happen, creativity. So yeah, um, there's little things that that we need a break from, but we're having a hard time of seeing Nine of Pentacles reverse, because it's just been naturally blocked. There's a new phase and sequence that a certain collective is entering, and it's requiring you, King of Pentacles, it's requiring you to take more initiative, and just more comfort in the places where the ray doesn't hit, because there's a lot of abundance we have right now. There's a lot of comfort that we've been able to attain in ourselves right now, which is like, spiritually and sometimes emotionally, and just like how we are able to regurgitate life. It's in a slower context, in a slower time frame, and because we're in this new level of being, we've also entered this new level of having to understand where we are not able to fully be ourselves, you know. So with that, it just requires patience as usual, but it also requires a bit more initiative. We saw the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles, when something needs to be done, they make that shit done. They take more of initiative to cast it out. So the sun could shine so they could see the sun shine everywhere. So the sun hits in all the beautiful places that they were able to curate. All the places that the sun shines, it's beautiful places, because they were able to delegate that. The Nine of Pentacles reverse. And I like, kind of like, what I'm getting is the vision of like bodybuilders. They tie like this little strapping around their waist, and that's help like support weight, to help distribute, probably the weight of the deadlifts more evenly, and to help them balance themselves and to stay secure. And there's like a need for this to be adjusted. We have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. There's a need to adjust your form of security. The sword is, their savior, their protection. It's also their weapon. And the sort of safety that you're in right now, it's no longer the safety that you need. It's no longer the safety. You've grown. You need more space to fill. You need more ways of expressions, of details, of just understanding. And that way of safety, we have the Knight of Swords upright, and it's just causing a sense of like doubt, anxiety, drawing back, like, I'm used to this. This is what's comfortable for me. Should I acquire this new edition? This is back again. This is back again in the bottom of the deck. Should I acquire this new, like, weight of expression, this new thing to care about, this new thing to have to govern in my life? And I think there's so much back and forth, and there's a reason there's a back and forth, because there's a need for it to be there, that its presence needs to penetrate you and help you transform. And you may realize that when you open that space and that, that level of energy and freedom, it brings in more manifestations via the Magician card. It brings in, you see you're more comfortable, you see you're able to act more and create more freely and breathe things to you, because you allowed yourself to have the space to handle something that you were meant to handle something that you needed to handle, so you could develop the ability to believe, in a certain way that you're blocking yourself from understanding and seeing by staying within this corner of comfort. These are messages I believe for me and also for the collective, and the same like frequency or mode. And yeah, it's taking more on because you can take it, you know, because you're meant to take it, because there's more you're meant to handle. There's more you're meant to manifest. There's more you're able to acquire. So just gotta let yourself express that. That's the message I'm going to end with right now. Most of these cards are just going in reverse. Yeah, there's a journey. Don't block the nurturement you need by stepping back on old habits, because you fear the journey that's already been happening with this thought that started. Let it happen. Let it go. Let go of the burdens.